Welcome back to Zavala's One. I'm playing some Elden Ring. And I decided, what happens if after the spell plague and Faerun gets destroyed and combined to with the Shadow Vortex? I really haven't read the books too many times. I did read it enough to be genuinely sad for Drizzt. Essentially, when he finds himself in the lands between. Don't worry, I totally made the correct character and not just imported my guy with the mustache and forgot to change pretty much everything else to give him to look like Drizzt. But you know, whatever. We'll unlock Renala soon enough. Welcome to the lands between, Drizzt. We have two scimitars. His right hand uses the Ash of War, some ice one that leaves ice on his sword for icing death, and then we have Twinkle on his offhand. This is a split stat character, intelligence and dexterity. I believe we ended up, this is a new game plus, we got the dexterity up to 40. I think we had like 60 intelligence, and yeah, essentially we just kept going with intelligence because that would give us the biggest damage boost other than the slashes. And I know from previous experiences that Blizzard or Ice Frost attacks are completely overbroken. We're also using the talisman that I think boosts damage on successive hits. We're using the golden scarab like normal to give us to be a little bit less squishy. The shield talisman, and I don't even know what we use for the fourth one, honestly. It didn't really matter. The talismans didn't do shit. Here we are fighting with Catti-brie the wizard, or the Catti-brie the archer, and Catti-brie the warrior. So I don't know how that works, but you know what? 3 different timelines coming together, all works. So we have magic Catti-brie, and we have dual wielding axe Catti-brie. The Ash of War is okay. She's a long range sniper. I did have bosses completely ignore me and then just go in and just destroy her. I do love when the frost attacks hit, because now they take 20% extra damage, and plus it's as cheap as a bleed attack where it just takes 10-15% of their damage or their health away. We fought Agent Dragon Smaragd, just like Drizzt fought 6 other dragons, and I don't know if he killed any of them fastest. No, actually no, he didn't even die. He came back as a giant lich dragon. Well, anyway, his first dragon kill, he goes and also kills a dog. Everyone's probably thinking, oh, you're doing Drizzt Duarden. You were saying his name wrong constantly. And where the hell is Guinevere? Well, I forgot about Guinevere. So we went with Catti-brie and Artemis and Cherry. You'll see him a little bit later. Kill the dog, no big problem. Renala, I thought I was going to have a little bit of an issue with, just because she resists magic. We did have to 2-phase her first phase. Or did we? Yeah, we had to do 2 phases. Anyway, I got greedy, tried hitting her, didn't work. Killed her kids. He is a dark elf, so he kind of does what he needs to do. And then he just starts killing the kids again. He went full Anakin. Is this the death spiral of Drizzt? Has losing all his friends and family caused him to go crazy and just become a monster that he's promised to never be? No, he's just a jackass. He's a godly ranger in the lands of Faerun, whatever it's called. But guess what? These are the lands in between. Or the lands between. He doesn't give a fuck. He does whatever he wants. Gets tackled by a dragon, eats a bunch of spells. I'm shocked I survived that attack. Just completely shocked. She should have annihilated us. Armor-wise, we are just using the Black Knife armor. I didn't really have anything unlocked that had a nice, cool cape for his Piwafwa, or whatever the hell they're called. And I think it kind of symbolizes that his cape kind of blends into whatever environment that he's in. After we defeated Renala, I decided to flex and just hit Darwell. I don't know why. I had no reason to. I just wanted to kill him. Probably because he says curved great swords are better than curved dual swords. He fell on my sword and died. Here we may have used our artificial bleed attack to kill a giant dragon, but that's okay. Erdtree avatars I thought we were going to have more issues with. They were a little resistant, but as you can tell, the magic attack is just melting through its health. And you're also noticing my green bar stamina is insanely high. I think I ended up having 45 stamina. Mostly I just wanted to be able to attack with abandon, attack, defend, all, and just never have to wait for my stamina. I figured that'd be the closest to getting Drizzt's excessive agility and speed, and that way we're just constantly on offense, defense, and whatever we need to do. He gets stomped on by a dragon. Don't worry about that. We'll take care of him in a minute. And then he gets bit by a dragon. Don't worry about that also. He has mithril chainmail on, or whatever it's called. Yeah, he has mithril armor, I believe. Anyway, if he doesn't, he does now. Black Knife Kindred. I thought I was going to have a lot of issues with this guy because he is resistant against slash, I believe. And we do nothing but slash damage. But the beautiful, beautiful Frostbite really carries us through. Does a shitload of damage. And because half our damage is magic damage, we just eat through his defense. I don't know. I always thought they had strong magic defenses as well. As you can tell, that bar, life bar, just is kind of ticking away as he takes all those cross slashes and then blasts us with a random ranged attack. What kind of cheap bullshit is that? And then he tries spamming it again. And I'm going to spam shoving my sword where the sun don't shine. And another thing I learned, doing a jump R1, or L1? I think it's a jump L1. Insanely powerful. You get like 4 hits like in a second. So if you want to stack status effects, do that. Also charging the holding the circle with the R1. I'm talking like an old boomer now. That also does an insanely good charge attack. I don't find that out until a little bit later in the game, but until now we're just beating the shit out of this woman and her horse. It's okay though. She's not real. She's just a projection. And speaking of astral projections, we have Canterbury with us, sniping her ass repeatedly. I wasn't a huge fan of Canterbury. She was awfully squishy, doesn't move, but she does have that range and the constant pressure of just pumping arrows. It is hilarious watching these bosses turn into genuine pin cushions, like with 100 arrows just stuck in them, because she has that triple round burst. Anyway, we get sick of dealing with Royal Knight Loretta and put her down for the count. Get the Dectus Piece 1, and we get the Dectus Piece 2. Oh, I lied. And we, for some reason, jump over to kill Commander Niall. I don't know why. Oh, sorry, not Niall. O'Neill with his bullshit summon, so I summon my friends. Again, we have, we'll say, the Lady Alastril? I say Alastril from Silver Moon. And we also have Canterbury from the Weave. We annihilate him, and I believe we just ended up killing all of his alts as well. We do the dual Tree Sentinel fight. I'm not a sucker though, I fight them one at a time. The game wants to cheat and give me a gank boss fight. I'm gonna pick them apart. Get an early Frostbite and actually 20% damage with dual wielding attacks. And there's that, look at that, look how that cross slash goes. And this guy really isn't too bad. He's annoying, and he also has a torch instead of the shield. The shield guy I feel is a lot more annoying because he has that AoE ground pound attack. But again, they don't really resist the Frostbite very hard, so they just soak it up every time. And the AoE also just leaves a little trail of icing death all over their faces, so when they can have a bit of that to remember me by. Honestly, this build was probably the easiest build I've made for the new game plus 1, or even wagered the new game plus, or just the new game in general. George, don't you bark. I know people don't like to subscribe unless they're told, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Here we are bringing down another gargoyle. He just goes straight for Canterbury and destroys her. So we have to avenge my ghost wife before we get avenged. I didn't really read the rest of that series. I'll give you 1 sec. And the dog stopped barking. Anyway, I didn't read the finish the series. I'm sorry. I know I'm a horrible R.A. Salvatore fan. Anywhoosies, I didn't think fighting Morgat just the one time was good enough. In fact, I don't think I even fought him. Did we fight him at the main map? I can't remember. Anyway, I think I forgot to record it, so here we are. We have bootleg Morgat. He does not go down with much of a fight. He does the same attacks as the first Morgat. And you also get a little a little, what's that called? Talisman for extra health. I'd recommend if this is your first playthrough, give him a fight. This guy, I hate. I hate this guy with a passion. Not because he's hard, he's just really annoying. He sits there, focuses on the category with his spamming his fire breath attack. His AoEs are just annoying. But being the superior dodgeman that we are, we just constantly dodge every attack. And, as you can tell, I got my face changed. So now we have the long flowing hair, the eyebrows, the white hair. You can actually see it because I took the cowl off, so we're going faceless the whole time. Against Radon, I didn't think this build would be very good. I just had a feeling he's going to be resistant against Slash. But that, again, that Frostbite magic attack combo, we just rinse him. Yeah, we are beating the shit out of him with 7 other people, but our damage is through the roof. And then he comes back with, what, a quarter? Not even a quarter of his health. 15% left. We'll say that looks like a good solid 15%. He lands. We just slaughter him like, I don't know, a kobold. And there really isn't much to say other than I had a lot of fun. If you don't like Elden Ring, or you want to play a new class, or you don't use the scimitars, use the dual scimitars with ice, with 1 ice and like 1 bleed. You won't regret it. It's so cheesy, it makes even the hardest bosses